Let's take that as an
you know?
example.
And that doesn't mean that we don't depend on nature
Oh,
to
we totally
survive.
depend on nature to survive.
But we have to understand also that nature is something that's trying to kill us at all times, and we are
Okay,
basically
good.
um, our survival instincts are
Okay.
keeping us alive. You know, there's
Great.
something that is natural, intrinsic to our existence that is keeping us alive, and we have to work with nature.
But do you believe human beings therefore are part of nature?
But I think we're like we're sidetracking
This
a
is
little
not
bit.
for me. It's not a sidetrack. This I'm trying to establish like the base of the pyramid. Like, what is life? What is about life that's worth conserving? You know, because cells are alive.
Life to me is life is existence.
Hmm.
A human being existing
But a
in this
human, it's a
dimension.
human
A human
existence.
being, yes. We're well when when it comes to the subject that we're talking about,
Hmm.
abortion, and
Yes.
why we should protect life,
Yes.
and what is life in that sense, I'm not going to deny that a monkey is also a form of life.
Hmm. But it doesn't.
Um,
It doesn't come to this
but I'm talking
equation.
about human beings, exactly. To me, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't come to this equation. No, because we're talking about human beings,
Right.
and we have to be able to distinguish human being lives
Okay.
from monkeys
So
or
let's
from
take that
plants or
premise.
from parasites.
Let's take that premise. So a human life is important.
It's not important. It's yeah, of course it's important, but there is an intrinsic value to it
Okay.
that should be protected at all costs. And if we allow the murder of a human life inside the womb, I think that opens up space, opens a precedent to allow or to normalize the murder of a life outside of the womb as well, because to me it has no difference.
No. So
No,
consciousness has nothing to do with anything. Like
the
a
con
lump of cells that don't
the
even have a
consciousness will
brain.
develop. It's you if you plant a seed and you take good care of it, it's gonna turn into a tree eventually. It's gonna grow
Right.
into and it's gonna give
And
fruits and everything
but who controls that
eventually.
quality of that care? Does that matter?
Well, the human being that is naturally designed to do so, which is the mother, or the father, is that has that intrinsic nurture quality to it,
Well,
which has been under attack for a
so
long time.
but why would somebody who wants to nurture something want to destroy it?
That's when we fall into dangerous ideological
No, no, no. In
aspects.
practice, because let's not fall about like, oh, this should be this one way or
I don't know.
this.
There's always an exception to the norm. There's always why are there crazy people? Why are there malevolent people? But is that the norm though? Is that what's another word for that? It's that the majority, that it's that the norm.
Mhm.
I don't think so. I think women, they have a natural instinct to motherhood, a natural instinct nurturing, to nurture. It's they have this natural ability to take care, and I mean it's not surprising that women they take up most of the space in the professions that involve taking care of other people, you know, um, because I think there's a natural aspect to that. Um, it's also connected to the personality, to personality aspects and interest from women to take care because they have that innate. That's my opinion.
Sure. I mean,
I mean, it's not just my
that's
opinion.
not controversial.
There's yeah, it's not controversial, and there's plenty of
See,
there's plenty of studies and scientific and observational studies and science to back what I'm saying right now.
sure, but we're not. I'm arguing about the practicality. Okay, so we'd established that life is sacred and it should not be terminated by any means. Do you care about the life at any point of this said life, or is this just something that is sort of like a theoretical idea that then has no, you know, whatever happens, happens. We don't really care. What happens if this baby is abandoned, or somebody, they don't have the resources to raise it in the quote unquote right way, or, you
So
know,
how does that justify abortion, though? That's what I don't understand.
well, the justification of abortion can come from many, and we're not going to go delve into the obvious that we just defined in the beginning, that you said you agree with, that people are against in a lot of these states, and they want to put both the person who does it and the doctors behind bars for delivering or stopping the delivery of an incestuous pregnancy or a rape pregnancy, because this is really what it's boiled down. Nobody wants to, or if they do, I will use the same argument. Very smaller percentage will use this as a, oh, I'll just have a coffee, two croissants, and an abortion, thank you, and we'll just go have abortions left and right just because. And if you want to be, strict about it, it is still their right. If it's in the if the society agrees that at 1 week, 2 weeks, 3, 4 weeks, up to 8 weeks, up to 12 weeks of like the first trimester, there's no viability in a fetus. There's no consciousness. There is no. It's like a potential of things to be. It's not really a human, a fully developed human. It's not even a fully developed human even after birth, but that's besides the point. Let's assume that the moment that the baby can survive by itself, that's
Well, I
where.
understand that. I understand that. I just don't think that justifies abortion.
But what would
I
justify
just,
abortion?
um, man,
Why would a woman be driven to
I think
to interrupt their
the
pregnancy?
question is, to what extent do women need access to that practice, to the practice of abortion, in order to function properly in society? What do we
There's so many
essentially, do we
situations.
essentially need abortion
But what
as
does
an
that mean? You
option?
need
Uh,
abortion.
Because that's, we have nowadays, we have now a number of 3,000 abortions a day in the United States. Since abortion started as a practice, we've had over 45 million abortions. 18 million abortions just within the Black community. Planned Parenthood, it's an institution that incentivizes single women as the primary solution to the problem, quote unquote problem, because in their vision, a pregnancy, an unexpected pregnancy, is a problem, is abortion. My question is, how do we find balance, and how do we keep the practice of abortion existing in society, but don't turn it into a convenience practice, and uh, um, don't normalize it? Like, we have to expose the issues that come with the normalization of a practice like abortion. Most women that have an abortion procedure, they suffer psychological issues after they suffered. You have more chances of having depression. You have more chances of becoming suicidal. You have more chances of having extreme psychological issues. It's not a simple thing. And that's my problem with abortion nowadays. And why does the mainstream media pushes those ideas so strongly without pointing out the issues that come with it, like the societal pathology that the normalizing of abortion can cause? That's my problem with it. So I think there is nuance to that conversation. I don't think like a 10-year-old girl that is raped and becomes pregnant needs, I think in that case, in that context, or in the context of rape, or if, like I said, if the life of the mother is at risk, potentially at risk, then it could be reviewed, and it could be, you know, medically um, um, uh, prescribed, as a solution to the problem.
But that's off the table now.
But then there is an actual problem there.
That's off the table, though. Even the situations that are
So
reasonable
I'm
that
saying
you just
I don't
defined,
agree that I don't
those
agree
things
with the
were taken
abolition,
out.
a complete abolition of it.
But we already had all of that.
What do you
You
mean?
know, so these are the situations where this protection was most important. The protection that just got removed.
That's why I think there should be more discourse. There should be more discussion. There should be more people expressing their opinions on it, and it shouldn't be an issue that is decided just by women. I don't think that for
I don't think it was
second.
decided by women at all.
Not at all. Well, not even when when the rights to abortion were given to women, that was not given by women. It was
Exactly.
given by 6 or 7 men.
Because those are the guys calling the shots. If there are women there, they would probably decide for it a long, long time ago. The problem is,
Well, I don't know.
I
don't know. There's a lot of
Um,
women that are against abortion.
sure, then don't do it. Why, again, like, why am I just letting the freedom of my neighbor with something that has nothing to do with me?
Yeah, but see, if you're against murder, would you say the same thing? Then if you're against murder, then just don't do it. But if you're for it, go ahead and murder someone.
But the thing is, like, it's a
You can apply that idea to.
no, you can't. That's a fallacy, and the reason why
Why?
is because you're talking. I can't murder. I can murder myself. You know, and there's nothing you can do. So
Yeah, but
by
your baby
murdering
is not
another person,
yourself.
exactly. So now we're getting into this thing like parasite versus non-parasite.
It's a single DNA. It's a single genetic code
Sure.
that if you allow
Do you
it
care
to,
about that? No,
Oh,
of course
yeah.
not. That's a fallacy. That's another. That's
because at some point I was that.
unreasonable.
I was that conception. I was that genetic
But that
code.
is so unreasonable because there's plenty of genetic code to go around. If it's
And
just
I was-
all life has genetic.
Yeah, but I
code.
was given the
and we
chance
don't
to
care
survive.
about that genetic code because we're destroying the environment. We're doing this. We go to war. We kill other humans. We kill.
That's a point as well. Yeah, that's something I wanted to talk about as well.
But before we delve
the
into that,
anti-human culture
before we delve
that
into
pushes
the
also the idea of abortion as a normal thing. It's-
anti-human culture.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of that nowadays.
Before we go there, the things I wanted to address is
Shit, my cough is.
I know coffee's done. How can we have a civil discussion without coffee?
And we'll be right back after the break.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for watching until the end. This has been Woke Wars, and I hope you liked our conversation. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Tell us what you'd like to hear us talk about next. Also, check out some of our other episodes. We post every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will see you on the next one.